I'm a great honor to give a presentation here. My topic today is about group dynamic. Imagine that you have brought together the brightest people in your department to solve a problem. You have high hopes for the group, so you feel frustrated when people can't come to a decision. One person is very critical of colleagues' ideas. His fault-finding is discouraged others from speaking up. Another has already contributed to this decision at all. When asked for his opinion, he simply agrees with a more dominant colleague. Finally, one group member makes humorous comments at unhelpful times, which upsets the momentum of the discussion. These are classical examples of poor group dynamics, and they can undermine the success of a project, as well as people's morale and engagement. So let's look at what group dynamics are and why they matter and how to improve the group dynamics. Kurt Lewin, a social psychologist in 1944, claimed that people often have distinct and direct rules and behaviors when they work in a group. The work dynamics is used to describe the effects of these rules and behaviors are generated and influenced on other group members. More recent researchers have built on Lewin's ideas, and this work has become central to good management practice. Group dynamics are the influential and significant interpersonal process that occur among group members within a group. These dynamics are created by each member's internal knowledge and feeling. The willing to draw with others and communicate well in groups plays a determined role and becomes an important characteristic of humans. Group work can be interesting, stimulate relationships and creativity. It's comfortable and enjoyable to say if the group is effective and humorous, creating a positive experience as well. However, group work may cause problems and divergence between group members. When a team lacks leadership, it may lead to lack of right direction. Meanwhile, too much respect to authority and information blocking are the common problems that have to be overcome. A group with positive dynamic is easy to spot. Team members trust one another. They work towards a collective decision, and they hold one another accountable for making things happen. In a group with poor group dynamics, the group may not come to any decision, or it may make the wrong choice because group members could not explore options effectively. So let's look at some of the most common problems that can or may occur. Weak leadership. When a team lacks a strong leader, a more dominant member of the group can often take charge. This can lead to a lack of direction in fighting or focus on the wrong thing. Excessive devotion to authority. This can happen when people want to be seen to agree with a leader and therefore hold back from expressing their own opinions. Blocking. This happens when team members behave in a way that disturbs the flow of information in the group. People can adopt blocking rules such as aggressor. This person often disagrees with others or is inappropriately outspoken. The negator. This group member is often critical of others' ideas. The withdrawer. This person doesn't participate in the discussion. The joker. This person introduces humor at an inappropriate time. Next one is groupthink. This happens when people place a desire for consensus above their desire to reach the right decision. This prevents people from fully exploring alternative solutions. Finally, free riding. Here, some group members take it easy and leave their colleagues to do all the work. Free riders may work hard on their own but limit their contribution in group solutions. There are benefits and limitations associated with group work, so it's supposed to let people have greater understanding before they engage in and start their group activities. Therefore, improving group dynamics is an indispensable strategy. The first one is know your team. Everyone needs to know the development of your team. When you understand this, you will be able to prevent problems that could arise, including issues with poor group dynamics. Next, to identify the positive and negative group rules, and to understand how they could affect the group as a whole. This will also help you plan how to deal with potential problems. Next one is tackle problems quickly. If you notice that one member of your team has adopted a behavior that's affecting the group unhelpfully, act quickly to challenge it. Provide feedback. That shows your team members the impact of his or her actions and encourage them to reflect on how they can change their behavior. Next is define rules and responsibilities. This is very important. Teams that lack focus or direction can quickly develop poor dynamics as people struggle to understand their role in the group. Define the group's mission and objective and everyone's responsibilities as soon as you form the team. Make sure that everyone has a copy of the document and remind people of it regularly. Next one is break down barriers. Help everyone get to know one another, particularly when new members join the group. Help new colleagues into the group gently, and also help to combat the black sheep effect, which happens when group members turn against people they consider different. Last is focus on communication. Open communication is central to good team dynamics, so make sure that everyone is communicating clearly, including all of the forms of communication that your group uses, emails, meetings, and shared documents, and so on. If the status of a project changes, or if you have announcements to make, let people know as soon as possible. That way, you can ensure that everyone has the same information. All in all, learning about the potential problems that could probably arise with poor group dynamics makes it easier to handle and anticipate problems. It's necessary to distinguish positive and negative group rules and understand the affection and influence in a group. Meanwhile, the ability to tackle problems quickly and provide feedback is really important as well. The group leader should concentrate on defining the different rules and responsibilities that ensure the incentive and objective for group members, which makes them more determined. Finally, breaking down the barriers and focusing on the communication are core of good group dynamics. So, I think the key points of the group dynamics is to describe the way in which people in a group interact with another. When dynamics are positive, the group workers well together. When dynamics are poor, the group's effectiveness is reduced. Problems can come from weak leadership, too much difference to authority, blocking, groupthink, and free riding, and so on. Last, from my perspective, our group has a positive and friendly environment. We often meet in the library to discuss problems and solve it together. We feel creative and comfortable because we have clear responsibilities of each individual's work and willing to help others. Thank you so much. This is the presentation, and I think the group dynamics are really important and indispensable for everyone, every group to pursue the success of not only in a small group, a small team, and the big company as well. Thank you so much.